Hello and welcome into this week's RNN Diecast review right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. And today of all days, you definitely want to be subscribed. If you're not already, this is a big day on RNN. This Diecast review kicks off a big day of some big videos here on RNN. We'll talk more about that after we get through the Diecast review. But there's some cool stuff coming up later today. So, all right, on to the Diecast. It is, you've seen the title, you know what this is. It's the Ryan Blaney Roval winner from 2018. This is one of the first wave of Diecasts that has come out now since the Chinese New Year shutdown. And it's also one of the first wave of diecast to come in the new Elite packaging. And it was also shipped differently as well. I'm not a fan of this at all. I think it's terrible. I think I got very lucky to have one that wasn't damaged. I've seen a lot of people talking about how they got some damaged diecasts from this new method of shipping that Lionel is using now. It's very cheap. It's not good. Lionel, if you see this, you need to change the new shipping method. It's terrible. So basically, the new Elite box it's the same design, but it's the ARC type window box. So, and I believe this type of box was used a couple of years ago as well for Elites, and then they went back to the more traditional style of box for Elites, which I thought was so much better. But somebody at Lionel apparently said, "Hey, this will be better to go back to." I disagree. I don't necessarily hate this box so much as I do the box it was shipped in. There is no outside packaging. There's no foam. There's no plastic. There's no nothing between this and the cardboard box that it's shipped in. And it's a very thin cardboard box. So anything out of the norm that happens in transit, in shipping, anything that USPS does, this box is going to feel the brunt of it because there's not much protecting it from the outside shipping box. That has me worried going forward, and I've seen a lot of people already talking about how they got damaged diecast because of that. They made 587 or 567 of these Ryan Blaney Roval winners, and like I said, I feel lucky that I feel like one of the few that got an undamaged Ryan Blaney Roval winner. I saw a lot of people talking about how they got damaged ones. What comes in the box? Cup Series winner sticker, bag of red, white, and blue confetti. And I believe this is one of the last ones that'll come with this because after the 2018 race wins are done, they're doing away with the confetti bags, which I hate. I thought that was always a cool addition in these. The generic Elite COA, that means nothing anymore. And the race detail card, Ryan Blaney, Bank of America Roval 400 winner, September 30th, 2018, second Cup Series victory, first with Team Penske. Blaney rocks the Roval. You can pause to read that if you want to. All right, on to the main attraction of this diecast review, and it is the Ryan Blaney Roval winner, Pennzoil Ford. I'm working on getting the hood up for you. It's in there pretty good, which I'll give Lionel credit. That is a good thing. I'd rather have it sitting in there really good and look nice than have it not sit in the body very well. So that is definitely a plus, I think. I almost had it there. I'm getting very close here. There we go. Got it. Okay. All right. So take a look under the hood here. We've got powered by Ford, Pennzoil, and Menards. Take a look at the Elite engine detail. If we can get the light in there to cooperate. I really wish these hoods would open more than they do. It makes it very hard to get light in there so you can see that. On the nose, a lot of rubber buildup here, a little bit of tape, Ford Fusion, the number 12. Pennzoil across the hood. It doesn't line up fantastic here, but I don't think there's a lot that Lionel can really do with that, so I'm not really going to fault Lionel for that, but it does look a little wonky around the hood. in terms of how it lines up there. Monster Energy banner across the top of the windshield. A little bit of confetti. More confetti as we get here to the roof. Number 12, roof flaps do function. And on the back here, Blaney across the rear windshield, DIN number 75. Lots more confetti here. Lots of Menards sponsors here on the deck lid. Take a look at the fuel cell detail here, if we can get the light in there this time. Typical Elite fuel cell detail. Down the left side, more rubber buildup contingency sponsors. The emoji that was there for some of the playoff races. I don't remember exactly when that changed just to the NBC logo. Or did it? I don't think it did change for the playoff drivers, actually. I think they had them all the way up to Homestead if you were still in the playoffs. And that's when I think they changed the NBC logo, when they weren't in the playoffs anymore. Cloth window net as usual. Ryan Blaney on the name rail. One winner sticker. Sponsors down the B post. Carlisle and Dex Imaging on the C post. Menards. Knauf. I don't know how you pronounce that. Richmond water heaters in front of the rear tire, and Pennzoil back here. Lots of scuffs back here along the left rear. Really cool beat up raced looking damage. Back bumper, a few more scuffs back here as well. Menards, Ford, and the number 12. And down the passenger side, more scuffs down this side as well. Not quite as dirty as the driver's side, but they're definitely, you can definitely tell he got into some people on this side as well, which it's a road course. If you're beating and banging, you're going to be doing it on both sides. It's not like on an oval where you're only necessarily going to have damage on one side, depending on what direction you're going through the field. But that is your Ryan Blaney Roval winner. Really good looking car. I think one of the best raced versions to come out of 2018 yet. There's been some good ones for 2018. The Bubba Wallace Daytona 500 raced version was really cool. Of course, the Kyle Busch Chicagoland looked fantastic. The Eric Jones Daytona was pretty cool. So there's been some cool ones come out of 2018, but I think this is one of the best ones here in terms of Cup Series cars, at least. Now, I think the Joey Logano Martinsville is going to give this a run for its money. I think that probably is going to end up being the best one of 2018. But I think this is right up there. I think this is definitely top 5 raced versions of 2018. This is definitely right up there. This is a really cool looking car. If you haven't gotten one yet, I would definitely recommend it. It is a very cool car, and one I think a lot of people should have in their collections. This is a very cool car. So we talked about it teased it a little bit at the beginning of the video. This diecast review here is the start of a fairly big day here on RNN. This, of course, is going up at noon Eastern, as the diecast reviews usually do on Wednesday. 2 other things coming up today. We have an interview with Ross Chastain coming up a little bit later. I'm not sure on a time when that's actually going to get uploaded yet. It just depends how quickly I can get that edited and put up. We are recording it, I believe, at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So I'd say look for that probably 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere in there, Eastern. Look for a Ross Chastain interview talking about his first truck win this weekend from Kansas. First win for Nice Motorsports. It's going to be real fun talking to Ross. He's a really cool guy. So definitely tune in for that a little bit later this evening. And then, not too long after the Ross Chastain interview, we will have our first RNN shop tour here, premiering at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to give you a tour around RFMS Racing in Brownsburg, Indiana. Travis Braden, their driver, the championship points leader in the ARCA Menards Series currently, will be showing us around their shop. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be a premiere at 8 p.m., so there will be a live chat. Travis will be there with us in the live chat, answering any of your questions you might have. So that's going to be real fun, and it's going to cap off a really fun day here on RNN. So definitely stick around for that later today. And then, of course, we'll be back live at the track this weekend with the ARCA Menards Series from Toledo Speedway, the Sioux Chief Power Packs 200. Haley Deegan making her debut this weekend. We've got a really good points battle shaping up between Travis Braden and Michael Self. Christian Eckes trying to pull himself back into it after he won a couple weeks ago in Nashville. It's going to be a fun weekend in Toledo, and it's going to be a fun day today for the rest of the day here on RNN. So if you're not already subscribed, you need to be. Go down below, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss anything going forward from RNN. While you're down there, why don't you hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It is much appreciated when you do. So with that, this has been the RNN Diecast Review. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.